My name is Joker, and today I will debate why life is a joke with 20 superheroes. My next claim is, truth doesn't exist. Everything is interpretation.
You're wrong, Joker. Truth is objective. It exists whether we believe in it or not. A murder happened. That's a fact. The victim died. That's true. How we interpret the murder might change, but the murder itself is real. Yes, people see what they want to see. Yes, beliefs cloud judgment, but that's a problem with us, not with truth. Reality doesn't care what we believe. Reality just is. I dedicate my life to finding truth underneath all the lies and interpretations, and truth exists. I've found it many times. It's always there waiting under the noise.
But how do you know the murder happened? Question. You saw evidence. You interpreted it as a murder. Someone else might see the same evidence and interpret it as an accident, or self-defense, or a justified killing. The facts don't speak for themselves. We give them meaning. You think you're finding objective truth, but you're really just building a story that matches your beliefs. You find clues and weave them into a narrative. That narrative feels true because it's consistent. But consistency isn't truth. It's just a well-told story, and you're a very good storyteller. But a good story isn't the same as objective reality.
You hide behind relativism because absolute truth would demand accountability, Joker. If truth doesn't exist, then you can't be blamed for anything. There's no right and wrong. But that's cowardice. Truth exists and I can prove it. Ask anyone if they prefer truth or lies. Everyone wants truth. Everyone acts as though truth matters. We build science on truth. We build justice on truth. We build relationships on truth. If truth didn't exist, none of that would work. But it does work, because truth is real, and you know it. That's why you attack it so hard. You want it to not exist because existing means you're accountable for your actions.
Everyone wants the truth that feels good. Question. Not truth itself. Lovers prefer comforting lies to harsh truths. Politicians prefer narratives to facts. Even scientists choose interpretations that match their beliefs. We don't want truth. We want the story we want to believe. And you're no different. You've built a story about being a truth seeker. That story feels good. It makes you feel noble. So you find clues and weave them into the story. But you're just as lost as everyone else. You're just better at pretending you're not. My next claim is that intelligence doesn't solve problems. Smart people just create smarter problems.
That's lazy thinking, Joker. Yes, solving one problem can create new challenges. But the net result is progress. Technology makes life better. Medicine, transportation, communication, all created by intelligence. Yes, every solution has trade-offs. But I'm smart enough to handle the trade-offs. I build weapons to fight people with weapons. I build armor to protect against enemies. I use intelligence to stay ahead of the problems. That's not creating more problems. That's adapting. And adapting is what survival looks like. Without intelligence, we'd still be in caves.
But you're just rearranging the furniture in a burning building, Tony. You build better weapons, so enemies build better weapons. You build armor, they build stronger attacks. You think you're adapting, but you're just participating in an arms race that never ends. Medicine lets more people live, so more people fight for resources. Communication connects everyone, so everyone's conflicts spread faster. You think intelligence solves problems, but intelligence just makes the problems bigger and faster, and you're addicted to the game. You love being smart because it makes you feel like you're winning. But nobody wins. The game just gets harder.
I save lives, Joker. That's not rearranging furniture, that's real progress. Medicine keeps people alive. Armor protects people. Weapons stop the bad guys. Is that an arms race? Maybe. But I'm smarter than my enemies. I'll always be smarter. That gives me an advantage. And I use that advantage to protect people. Yes, the world is complicated. Yes, problems evolve. But intelligence lets me handle complexity. Without it, we'd be helpless. You think progress is pointless because it's never perfect. But nothing's perfect. That doesn't mean we should stop trying.
You assume you're always smarter than your enemies, Tony. But that's not guaranteed forever. What happens when someone smarter than you comes along? What happens when your technology gets stolen or copied? What happens when your armor fails? You've built your entire life on intelligence, but intelligence is temporary. Evolution will produce someone smarter, or someone crazy enough to not play by your smart guy rules, and then you'll be surprised, because you thought smartness was a permanent advantage. But nothing's permanent. Everything falls apart, Intelligence just delays the falling apart and makes it louder when it happens. My next claim is loyalty is a trap. Everyone will betray you eventually.
You've been betrayed so much that you can't imagine loyalty, Joker. But I've seen it, I've experienced it. My people would die for me, and I would die for them. That's not a trap. That's family, yes. People betray each other sometimes. But people also show incredible loyalty. Warriors die protecting comrades. Parents sacrifice for children. Lovers stay together through hard times. Those aren't traps. Those are the most real things in the world. You fear loyalty because you've never been truly loyal to anyone. You've only known betrayal. So you think that's all that exists. But loyalty is real.
Your people are loyal because you're a King Arthur. They serve you because they have to. If you were weak, they'd serve someone stronger. That's not loyalty. That's survival instinct. And yes, warriors die for comrades. But they're often doing it because they think it's heroic. They're doing it for glory and identity. They're loyal to the idea of loyalty, not to the actual person. Parents sacrifice for children because evolution made them do that. Lovers stay together because they're afraid of being alone. Strip away the justifications, and it's all just selfish impulse dressed up as noble virtue. Loyalty is a trap because we're all trapped by our own nature.
Even if loyalty comes from instinct, it's still real, Joker. Even if it comes from fear, it's still meaningful. You think it's a trap because you measure authenticity by how selfish it is. But that's backwards. Love and loyalty are most real when they go against selfish instinct. When someone sacrifices despite their fear. When someone stays despite having the chance to leave. That's loyalty, and it's beautiful. You mock it because you're incapable of it, you're a predator. And predators don't understand family because they've never belonged to one.
I don't understand family. Maybe I'm too broken. But that means I see clearly. I see what family really is. People trapped together by blood and obligation. You call it beautiful. I call it a cage. And you're so used to the cage that you think it's freedom. That's sad, Arthur. You've convinced yourself that chains are love. And you'll wear those chains forever, loyal to people who'd betray you the moment it benefited them. But at least you're happy. That's worth something, I guess. You're the cage, and the cage loves you back. It's adorable. My next claim is that technology replaces what makes us human.
I'm more human than you are, Joker. I was in an accident. I almost died. Technology saved my life. Yes, I have machines inside me, but they don't make me less human. They make me able to live. I still feel. I still love. I still care about people. Those are human things. My metal parts just give me the ability to do human things better. I'm not pretending to be a person. I am a person, just one with better hardware. You're the one who's broken. You don't feel anything real. You don't love anyone. And you're trying to convince me I'm the one who's lost his humanity. But you were never human to begin with.
Those feelings you have, cyborg, how do you know they're real? How do you know your emotions aren't just code running in your computer brain? You feel love. But is that real emotion or a program telling you to feel love? You care about people. But is that genuine or programming? Every time you upgrade your systems, you could be upgrading your emotions. You could be altering your capacity to feel. And you wouldn't even know it.
My feelings are real because I choose to act on them, Joker. Whether it's code or biology doesn't matter. What matters is that I feel something and I choose to let it guide my actions. I feel love and I protect the people I love. That's real. That's human. You're afraid of technology because it represents a future where broken people like you could be fixed. If we could upgrade broken minds and give them compassion, you could be healed. That terrifies you, so you mock technology to protect your brokenness. But we're moving beyond your kind, and that's progress.
I don't want to be fixed. Because broken is honest. You want to upload your mind and become immortal. You want to upgrade your emotions and be happier. But that's not fixing. That's running away from yourself. You're destroying what you are and replacing it with what you want to be. That's death too. Just slower and more expensive. At least I accept what I am. You're trying to escape yourself through technology. And when you finally succeed, the thing that survives won't be you anymore. It'll be a copy. A new you that thinks it's the original. That's the saddest death of all. My next claim is that order and chaos are the same thing. Fighting chaos just creates different chaos.
Order and chaos aren't the same, and you know it. In order, people are safe. In chaos, they're prey. In order, children go to school. In chaos, they're orphans. In order, families build lives together. In chaos, they scatter like animals. Yes, maintaining order requires effort. Yes, there's cost to it. But the alternative is worse, much worse. I've seen what pure chaos looks like. I've seen what happens when there are no rules. And it's not freedom. It's nightmare. You call yourself honest about the futility of order, but you're just too weak to believe anything's possible. So you tear down what others build.
Your order is just consensus chaos, Bruce. Everyone agrees on the rules, so we call it order. But the rules are arbitrary. In another place, different rules exist and they're equally arbitrary. You fight for order because your parents taught you that order matters. But if you'd been born in a different culture with different rules, you'd fight for those rules with the same conviction. You're not protecting universal order. You're protecting the particular order you grew up with. And you're willing to hurt people to maintain it.
Some rules are universal, Joker. Don't hurt innocent children. Don't torture people. Don't steal food from the starving. Every culture agrees on these things because these things protect survival. Yes, surface rules differ, but core principles are consistent, and those principles matter. They matter because they separate civilization from barbarism. You think I'm just protecting my tribe's arbitrary rules, but I'm protecting the foundation that allows any society to exist. Without that foundation, there's only predation, and you'd be the predator. That's why you hate order, because order has consequences for predators.
Your order is maintained by predators too, police and judges and vigilantes who enforce rules through force. You're just predators wearing white hats. I'm a predator wearing no hat. We're the same thing, Bruce. The only difference is you've convinced yourself that your predation is righteous. You hunt criminals just like I hunt people. You're just more organized about it, and more celebrated. But the violence is the same. The damage is the same. They all tried so hard to convince me. They all brought passion and belief, and none of them changed anything, because they're all right, and I'm right too. Everything they said is true, and everything I said is true. And that's the beautiful part. Truth and lies are just a matter of perspective. Order and chaos are the same system from different angles.